Hey everybody, we're going to replace the battery in this hoverboard right here because when we got the hoverboard, the battery just didn't last very long. So we ordered a replacement battery on eBay, and the first thing you have to know is which side to put the battery on. So on this hoverboard is the side without the on and off switch. So what we do is we take a screw gun and we take the screws out. And you really don't have to take them out because they don't really come out of the hole. You just kind of loosen them up. This one came out, but most of the time they don't. So you just loosen them up till they stop spinning. Drill is real nice to have with this replacing the battery. I didn't get something. That one. Alright, so once you've got your screws loose, you got one thing connecting this to this, and you just want to unplug that. It's real simple. You just push it in and unplug it. Other than that, you've got another one here, so you probably want to unplug that. And now you're free to access the battery, and there's 4 screws that would need to come out to get the battery out. Mine has a little magnetic on the screw gun, so sometimes I get lucky and the screw just falls out. Alright, so once you've got that done, you take this out. And don't forget to put the screws where they go so you don't lose them. This one goes here. Alright, so now we've got the battery free from any let's undo this because it's going right over the battery. The only thing that's left that would really impede the battery would be this wire here. On this battery, there's 2 holes. So we would think on this battery you'd have the same 2 holes. And of course you do. So you just unplug the battery from the... It's still holding in with something. What would be holding it in at this point? Is it tape? Oh, see how there's tape on this battery? So it would probably be under this battery too. So we're just going to have to pry it out. It's no big deal. Don't get scared. Just see how they put 2 pieces of double tape on it. Maybe you could reuse that on this new battery. No, it's okay. So once you get that out, you put the new battery in where the old one went. You plug the battery back into the new outlet here. Make sure it fits, hopefully. We got the Samsung. It's maybe a couple bucks more, but I think it's a little better quality than the generic. And then you just want to plug your things back in where they go. This one went here. And then this plugs in right here. Oh, before we do that, let's go ahead and screw this back in. So This went on inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I should have done this before I plugged everything back in, but it's okay. My first time ever doing this, so I'm winging it, guys. Alright, I got the battery back in. I just dropped the battery. I got 3. You got the 4th one? Once you get that first screw in, it kind of lines all the other screws in, so it'll just go right in pretty much, I think. I'm really not a mechanical person, so if I can do this, anybody can. Here, you go ahead and... do you know where the other 2 screws are? I got one. Do you have the other screw for this?
It's a little shorter than the rest of them.
There were 3 screws right here. Do you know what you did with it?
You already used them. You dropped one.
I used 2. Here's a screw. Pointy ones go separate than these. I guess we're just going to lose a screw. That's a short one? Thanks. Alright, my wife found the short one, so that's good for my daughter. She wants it just the way it was, except better. Okay, guys, we just about got the battery installed. The cage, I reckon, just keeps the battery from bouncing around when they're playing on it. And was this under there or over it? Lynette, was this under or over?
I think it was under all of it.
This was under the battery? It feels pretty tight. I think we should take it out and put it over it. I think it was over it. Hold on, fellas. I'm gonna get this. This is my first time ever doing this, so gotta be patient with me. It's pretty simple though. As you can see, there's nothing to it. I mean, if I could do this, I'm definitely not mechanically inclined. I ordered this battery off of eBay. They've got all different ones, but I think Samsung is a good name brand, so I decided to pay a little extra for the name brand. Alright, so we got all the wires connected. There's one more wire on the cover, and we'll just plug that in. And once we do that, we just put the screws back in. At this point, we could probably test it, but I'm just gonna wait until. Let's go ahead and test it. It works. See, green light working. Everything's good. We could go ahead and seal it back up. The pointy screws go on around the edges. Remember, that's kind of important because they will not fit in the middle. They'll only fit around the edges of the hoverboard, and we found that out the hard way. I feel like something is kind of impeding this. It might be this wire here. I don't think you really want to pinch anything because I've heard of these things burning up, and your kids most likely are playing on these things, so we don't want them to get hurt. So. Once you get the first 4 screws in, everything else just pops right in place. Okay, and I'm going to finish doing these screws and we'll test it and make sure everything works. And that's just how easy it is to replace the battery in a hoverboard if it is not working properly. And your kid's all like, please, I need it to work. And we're just putting the screws back in. As long as you got a screw gun, it's real easy. If you have to use a screwdriver, it's probably a pain, but screw guns are great. Love a screw gun. I personally can't ride these things because I will hurt myself, but kids are really good on them. I've tried to ride this thing. You can aim it up at me. I tried to ride one of these one time and I fell and hurt myself very badly. So you got to leave these things for the children. Alright, I think we're done. Let's see. Hoverboard, battery, new. Before it went to red immediately. Now it's going all as well. I'm not pushing this, it's doing it itself. Woo! Alright, so successful battery replacement, and anyone can do this. It's simple. Make sure you get a Samsung. It seems to be the best kind. So this one's working great, and y'all have a good one.